Quitting smoking cigarettes comes down to one thing and one thing only. And that thing is a shift in perspective and a change in mindset when it comes to how you approach quitting. And that shift in perspective is exactly what we're going to cover in today's brief video. I know this more than anyone after personally struggling for 9 years of my life with active nicotine addiction to products like cigarettes, vapes, chewing tobacco, you name it. If it had nicotine in it, at one point or another, I was probably addicted to it. Now, if you wind up enjoying the concept of today's video, stick around till the end where we're going to talk a little bit about a nicotine-free chewing gum product, Kick It Crave Less Chewing Gum, if you're interested in learning more about that to aid in your quitting journey. The change in perspective that you need when it comes to quitting smoking cigarettes is realizing what it is you are actually asking of yourself when it comes to quitting. Big tobacco companies, Nicorette companies, nicotine gum companies, right, vape companies, they want you to feel like quitting smoking cigarettes is impossible. And this is why they spend so much time focused on the big bad withdrawals and focused on, oh, you're giving up your crutch, you're giving up your best friend, you're giving up something that you've been smoking, something that's been in your life for such a long period of time, right? Because a lot of people will start smoking maybe in their teens and they'll continue that into their 40s, 50s, 60s. And there's two things that big tobacco companies and nicotine replacement therapy companies are doing when they're pitching this idea. One, they're giving you the idea that you're giving something up. And two, they're making it seem like you're asking yourself of making a monumental, if not near impossible change. When the reality is that's far from the truth. What do we know about smoking cigarettes? We know it's expensive, so we know you're burning money on it, money that you'd probably rather be spending on other things. Even if you're super rich, even if you can comfortably afford it, like I could at one point in my life, it's still a waste of money. We know that you're burning through your health, right? We know that there's a health risk. We're not going to cover that stuff on this video, nor do I ever cover that on today's channel, because we know that fear-mongering doesn't get us anywhere. We're all aware that there's no health benefit to smoking cigarettes in the long run. So you're burning your money, you're burning your health. Chances are it's straining some degree of your relationships, whether that's professionally or whether that's personally. And then in today's society, if you're here within the US, there's often a lot of guilt and shame associated with smoking cigarettes. And that's why we see so many people who are closet smokers. Okay, so we know all those negatives. What is it that you're asking of yourself when you're quitting? What you're really saying is, hey, I want to put down this thing that's costing me to waste my money, that's costing me to waste my physical and mental health, and that's potentially straining important relationships to me, whether that's in a business sense or a personal sense. So what is the big ask of you? What is it exactly that you're giving up when you quit smoking cigarettes? From my perspective, and when I had this shift in mindset, the answer was actually nothing. I'm not giving up anything. I'm choosing to stop doing one thing, smoking cigarettes, quitting vaping, quitting chewing tobacco, in pursuit of gaining back better health, saving more money and watching my bank account grow and being able to use that money to buy things or do things or have experiences that I actually prefer to have. To put less of a strain on my personal and professional relationships. To walk around with less guilt, less shame, and certainly a higher sense of confidence after quitting cigarettes. So is it really asking that much of yourself to put down something that's destroying you, to give yourself an opportunity to better yourself? I'm not asking you to climb Mount Everest. I'm not asking you to run a treacherous marathon. What you're asking of yourself is to make a decision that's going to better you physically, mentally, financially, and even relationship-wise. Is that really so much to ask? Is that really such a burden that the big tobacco companies, that the vape companies, that the nicotine replacement therapy companies make it out to be? When you think about it from this perspective, What am I really asking of myself? Is it that big of a deal to quit smoking, to pursue better health, pursue better relationships, pursue more money in my bank account? Most people are going to realize that the answer is no. It's actually not that big of a deal, and it's actually made a bigger deal than it needs to be because they know that they can trap you with this fear, this concept of you're giving something up, this concept of the big bad nicotine withdrawals. They know that they can keep you trapped, and they know that they can keep you a lifetime consumer, whether it's on the end of cigarettes, whether it's on the end of the vapes, or whether it's on the end of nicotine replacement therapy. That's how this works. After having this shift in mindset, I want you to check out the free 7-step guide in the pinned comment or the video description that's going to give you 7 more shifts in mindset how to quit nicotine. But I also want you to check out our Kick It Crave Less chewing gum product. Now I'll tell you, quitting smoking is free. You don't need this. But we made a nicotine-free chewing gum, okay? There's 90 pieces in here. It contains N-acetylcysteine and KSM-66. KSM-66 ashwagandha has been clinically shown time and time again to help reduce symptoms of stress, fatigue, and anxiety. All things that I know I did deal with when quitting nicotine. N-acetylcysteine, although the research on that product is early, it does seem to be beneficial in reducing cravings when it comes to nicotine, cannabis, and sugar. Now, sugar is important because a lot of people have this fear of quitting smoking and gaining weight. So we wanted to make a product that could potentially help curb not only the nicotine cravings, but also some of those sugar or food cravings that might come along. Now, if you combine that with the KSM-66 ashwagandha, which also has been shown to have a positive impact on blood sugar levels and insulin levels and cortisol levels, all things that can result in weight gain. KSM-66 has a positive impact on those things, reducing the chances of them elevating. I think we have a winning product. Reduce stress, reduce anxiety, reduce cravings, improve symptoms of fatigue, and potentially even combat spiked insulin and blood sugar levels. Sounds good to me. Now, we made it in the form of a chewing gum to help satisfy that oral fixation. And unlike capsules, look, if you can't afford this, I would still recommend go on Amazon, buy KSM-66 in capsules, buy N-acetylcysteine in capsules. But we made it in chewing gum not only to help with the oral fixation, but to also provide you with buccal absorption of the ingredients. So unlike a capsule that you swallow and the ingredients have to go through your liver and then into your bloodstream, your digestive tract, your liver, and then into the bloodstream, our active ingredients, KSM-66, ashwagandha, and N-acetylcysteine, are absorbed buccally through the tissues in your mouth. You would chew this the same way you would chew a piece of Nicorette, and they're delivered directly into the bloodstream, avoiding that first pass effect through the gut and the liver. So first it goes through the bloodstream, then it goes through the GI system in the liver. Unlike capsules, we're the first and only product like this in the world to exist. So I'm super psyched about this. But again, do you need this? No, you need mindset. Did I have this when I quit? I used N-acetylcysteine and KSM-66 on and off, but it came down to the mindset. But something like this can help, but I'm not telling you this from a place of fear-mongering or, oh, you can't do it without nicotine replacement therapy or without our gum product. That's not true. There's a playlist that I linked in this video that gives you more than enough information when it comes to quitting. And about a week from dropping this video, I'm going to be releasing my full No Nicotine November paid program for free right here on the channel for anyone else who needs that extra support when it comes to quitting. And talk about support, we got that QR code on here that brings you into our free Kick It support community where you can meet over 300 other people who are all quitting nicotine, THC, energy drinks, or adult media content, supporting one another on their journeys. Supplements are great, but remember, supplements are supplemental to the proper mindset, the support community, and whatever other resources it is you have along the way supporting your quitting journey. All right, guys, follow me into that nicotine quitting playlist and keep an eye for the No Nicotine November playlist, releasing that ASAP.